Hatching, out in theaters, new horror film from Finland, which to my surprise does not take place entirely in the dark dead of winter. In fact, it was surprisingly drenched in spring and warm colors. The story, on a literal level, follows a young girl named Tinia. She's a talented gymnast, a kind child, living together in a beautiful house with her lovely family. Her mother is an internet blogger, and she blogs about her everyday perfect life. Loving husband, children, success story, all around. But it's very clear right from the get-go that this is a fake facade, that she is neither as happy nor as perfect as she pretends to be, which Tinia sort of begins to notice in her mother's behavior as she's coming up on that age where she starts to realize that her parents are also just humans. One day, an incident with a bird results in Tinia secretly taking a now orphaned egg into her bedroom and caring for it as the mother bird would. But as the egg grows grotesquely bigger and bigger, eventually something will hatch from it, and things turn very strange from that point onward. So on the surface, it's a creature film, but in reality, it's a very clear metaphor for the impact that toxic parents can have on their children. The idea of wrong behavior immediately finding its reflection in the younger person, as if the child was sort of feeding off the negative energy. Now here's the thing. On a conceptual level, these themes work quite well. My problem is that it doesn't necessarily translate to a great movie in execution. I felt that the pacing was a little bit too slow. The story also didn't really grip me emotionally. I didn't connect with it in a strong way. I thought that the acting is not that great, apart from Sofia Heikkilä, who does an amazing job as the mother and made me hate that character with a burning passion. And also, it's one of those films which, in order to focus on the metaphor, get somewhat lost with the literal story. As in, I didn't really believe these characters would behave in this particular way, or would say these things in a given situation if all the events unfolded as they do in the movie. I don't know if I'm getting my point across very well, but it's a case of not everything making sense in logical or mechanical terms. And sure, you can excuse it by saying the metaphorical interpretation is far more important. It is, but I'm of the opinion that the surface level plot should still work as a whole. One last point, the horror in the film is largely psychological, because technically it's a horror film, but it's a largely psychological horror, although there are a few predictable jump scares, quite a bit of body horror, and instances of pretty extreme animal cruelty in it, so it's a bit nasty at times, but it isn't traditionally scary. Overall, I thought it was okay, but not spectacular, and I do think that it's the case of nothing being obviously wrong with the movie, but it is the kind of film which is, it's better to think about it and talk about it afterwards than when you're actually watching it.